When people think about global intelligence, two names dominate the conversation: MI6 and the CIA, the United Kingdom's Secret Intelligence Service, and the United States' Central Intelligence Agency. Both operate overseas. Both recruit foreign agents. Both conduct covert operations. Both are surrounded by secrecy. But what most people don't see is how closely they work together. Not occasionally, not informally, but structurally. So how exactly do MI6 and the CIA secretly work together? Who leads operations? How is intelligence shared? Do they share agents? Do they run joint missions? And how much oversight exists over this partnership? Let's break it down. First, the foundation. MI6 and the CIA are part of what is known as the Five Eyes Alliance. This alliance includes the United Kingdom, the United States, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. It originated during the Second World War through intelligence cooperation between Britain and the United States. What began as wartime signals intelligence collaboration evolved into the most integrated intelligence-sharing network in modern history. Unlike typical alliances, Five Eyes is not just political, it is operational. Daily intelligence flows between London and Washington: raw data, finished analysis, threat assessments, operational warnings, and strategic forecasts. But MI6 and the CIA go even deeper than standard Five Eyes sharing. Their relationship is uniquely close. Both agencies focus primarily on foreign human intelligence, HUMINT. That means recruiting individuals inside foreign governments, militaries, corporations, and networks who can provide secrets. When MI6 and the CIA operate in the same country, coordination is not optional. It is structured. In many foreign capitals, both services maintain officers under diplomatic cover within their embassies. The CIA operates through US embassies. MI6 operates through British embassies. Station chiefs, the senior intelligence officers in each country, maintain close contact, sometimes daily contact. Their purpose is simple: avoid duplication, avoid interference, and maximize coverage. Imagine both agencies targeting the same hostile government. Without coordination, they could accidentally attempt to recruit the same individual. That would be operationally dangerous. It could expose both services. Instead, intelligence targets are often discussed at senior levels. Responsibilities may be divided. One agency might focus on political leadership, the other on military structures, or technological development, or financial networks. This division of labor increases efficiency and reduces risk. Now let's talk about joint operations. MI6 and the CIA do run coordinated operations. But this does not mean officers from both services are always sitting in the same room planning together. Often, cooperation looks like this. One service recruits a source. The other provides technical capability. For example, MI6 may develop a human source inside a foreign ministry. The CIA may provide secure communication technology, or cyber support, or satellite capabilities, or logistical infrastructure. Each side contributes strengths. The United States has scale and technological reach. The United Kingdom has deep diplomatic networks and long-standing regional expertise. The partnership leverages both. Counter-terrorism is one of the most visible areas of cooperation. After the attacks of September 11, 2001, intelligence collaboration intensified dramatically. MI6 and the CIA increased real-time intelligence sharing. Watch lists were integrated. Threat reporting became near instantaneous. Joint task forces were formed in certain theatres. In some regions, British and American intelligence officers worked alongside each other to disrupt terrorist networks before attacks could occur. This cooperation has prevented plots that never made headlines. And because those plots were prevented, most details remain classified. But cooperation is not limited to terrorism. MI6 and the CIA collaborate in areas including counter-proliferation of weapons of mass destruction, tracking hostile state intelligence services, monitoring geopolitical instability, cyber threat intelligence, sanctions enforcement support, and crisis response during military operations. In conflict zones, intelligence collected by one service may directly inform military decisions by allied forces. This level of integration requires enormous trust. Trust is the core of this relationship. Intelligence sharing is inherently risky. If one partner mishandles sensitive information, sources can be exposed. Lives can be lost. The fact that MI6 and the CIA share high-grade intelligence daily reflects decades of confidence building. Personnel often train together. Liaison officers are embedded within each other's systems. Certain analytical products are co-developed. There are secure communication channels dedicated exclusively to Five Eyes sharing. This is not ad hoc cooperation. It is institutionalized. Now let's address a common misconception. Does MI6 work under the CIA? No. Both agencies report to their own governments. MI6 answers to the UK Foreign Secretary and ultimately the Prime Minister. The CIA answers to the US President through the Director of National Intelligence. Operations require national authorisation. Even when cooperating, sovereignty is maintained. If a proposed operation does not align with British legal frameworks or policy priorities, MI6 can decline participation. The same applies to the CIA. Cooperation is strong, but not automatic. What about covert action? The CIA has a broader formal mandate for covert action authorised by the US President. MI6's role in covert influence activities exists, but operates under UK ministerial authorisation and legal review. When joint covert activities occur, political leadership on both sides must approve involvement. This ensures strategic alignment and reduces the risk of diplomatic fallout. Another critical dimension is intelligence analysis. Raw intelligence is rarely useful by itself. It must be assessed, contextualised, verified. MI6 and the CIA exchange analytical products. This means British analysts may incorporate American collected intelligence into UK assessments, and vice versa. Sometimes joint threat assessments are developed, especially when dealing with Russian intelligence activity, Chinese strategic expansion, Middle Eastern instability, or emerging cyber threats. Shared analysis produces a more complete picture. However, cooperation does not mean perfect agreement. There have been moments in history when British and American intelligence assessments differed. Policy priorities sometimes diverge. National interests are not always identical, but the structural relationship has endured across political administrations in both countries. Why? Because the intelligence advantage gained through cooperation outweighs the friction. Let's also discuss operational security. When two services cooperate, compartmentalization becomes critical. Not every CIA officer knows what MI6 is doing. Not every MI6 officer sees CIA operations. Information is shared on a need-to-know basis. Joint operations are tightly controlled. Sources are protected through layered security. Even within Five Eyes, certain operations may be restricted to bilateral channels only. This protects sensitive capabilities and preserves strategic advantage. Technology has further deepened cooperation. Cyber intelligence now moves at machine speed. Threat indicators, malware signatures, infrastructure mapping, hostile digital campaigns. When one service detects a new cyber threat, the information can be transmitted to partners rapidly. This creates a defensive shield across multiple nations simultaneously. In modern intelligence, speed is survival. There is also an important geopolitical factor. The UK and the US share language, legal heritage, and strategic alignment. This cultural compatibility reduces friction. Intelligence officers understand each other's operating frameworks. Training standards are comparable. Security vetting systems are aligned. This level of compatibility is rare internationally, and it explains why the MI6-CIA relationship is often described as the closest bilateral intelligence partnership in the world. But why is so much of this cooperation secret? Because transparency would undermine effectiveness. If hostile states fully understood which targets are prioritized, how intelligence is exchanged, which capabilities are integrated, or how tasking decisions are made, they could exploit weaknesses. Secrecy protects methods, not just missions. So what does this partnership achieve? Early warning of terrorist plots, identification of espionage networks, monitoring of hostile state activities, tracking weapons proliferation, anticipating geopolitical crises, and influencing strategic decision-making at the highest levels of government. The partnership provides informational depth neither country could achieve alone. In practical terms, how does a typical collaboration look? It might begin with one service identifying a potential source. That information is discreetly shared. Capabilities are discussed, risk is assessed, authorization is sought, secure channels are established, responsibilities are divided, reports are produced, and intelligence flows back to London and Washington, all without public visibility. It is not cinematic, it is not loud, it is not designed for headlines. It is methodical, legal, structured, and constant. So when people ask how MI6 and the CIA secretly work together, the answer is this: through institutionalized intelligence sharing, through divided operational responsibilities, through joint counter-terrorism efforts, through cyber collaboration, through analytical integration, through political authorization, and above all, through trust built over decades. In modern geopolitics, information is leverage, and the MI6 CIA partnership ensures that both the United Kingdom and the United States operate with expanded awareness, not in isolation, but as coordinated intelligence powers. Because in national security, the greatest vulnerability is ignorance, and together these agencies aim to eliminate it.